What's up, everybody? We made it. If you read my sweater, it says thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for waiting. So that's like waiting a couple days and waiting a little extra time for today. We are making veggie pineapple fried rice, and I have already prepped everything, so it's gonna go pretty quickly. I'm really stoked that you guys all came back. Hopefully more of you will come back. I obviously can't see who's looking at what, but you know, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. It means the world. So, woo! Yeah, I got some friends here as always. It's so special to me. This is going to continue to grow and continue to be its own entity. Happy I can do it. So, what do we have today for the veggie pineapple fried rice? We have pineapple, we have red and green peppers, we have onions, green onions, garlic. I like ginger, natural ginger, sometimes, what's it called? Ground ginger can be a good ingredient for stuff, but everything fresh is always the best because everything fresh tastes the best. We have a little bit of lime, and we also have cashews we're going to throw in there. A couple more ingredients. We're using our favorite coconut oil. As I've said before, if you have an intolerance to coconut oil, because that's a thing, you can use grapeseed oil, olive oil, you can use butter. Should use butter for my eggs right now, but I'm being kind of good. I went to Vegas this last weekend, and I did not eat well at all. So we're trying to be a little health conscious. What else we're going to use is a little sesame oil. Toasted sesame oil is good. I got to make sure this is open because I'm not sure if it's open or not. So, I can't even untwist it. Bear with me. Oh, I got to pull it. All right, hold on. Ha! Open sesame. Get it? Okay, cool. So, little coconut oil, a little sesame oil. We are using some low sodium soy sauce, and we're using some sweet cha-cha. Adds a little bit of spice. Don't need the spice if you don't like it. Plain and simple. So, I've already prepped everything. What we're going to do right now, what you want to do first for this is crack that egg open. Oh man, this is going to go really fast. I already feel super amped up. So, just so you know, I'm going to be Speedy McSpeedy. We're using 3 eggs. We don't have that much rice, but my friend over here is telling me, oh shit, I got some shell in there. Scoop it out. If you ever get shells in your cracked eggs, use the shell itself to pick it up because it sticks to it. I'm going to wash my hands really quickly. So, basically what we're doing is, I forgot my apron in the car, and I decided not to use it. We have to turn this up. What's going on here? Oh boy. I haven't used this wok yet here, but, you know, there's a lot of first time for everything. Come on, man. We're also using another burner underneath this other burner to induce a lot of more heat. Medium high, man. 375. If you're using one of these, medium high is 375. I'm still kind of waiting for the eggs to get hot and cook in here. But if you've ever scrambled eggs, I hope you have, because we're all, well, we're not all adults, but we're pretty much all adults, I would assume. Cooking eggs is one of the easiest things you can do. Probably one of the first things you learn how to cook when you're a kid, besides cookie dough and, cookies and bread and pasta and soup. I don't know. So, because this is taking a minute, you're going to have to listen to me talk about nonsense. Thank you again for coming back. Thank you again for your suggestions. Woo! Oh boy. I talked about doing this pairing coming up. Soon we'll do that. I think that's a really great concept. Pairing wine with food. Lots of people, I mean, a lot of us don't know what we're doing with wine. A lot of us don't really know what to drink with what. Obviously, if you're a non-drinker, you don't have to drink with your food, but drinking wine or red with some meat or white with some fish, which is the typical kind of thing that you do, it enhances the flavors. My mother, beautiful mother of mine, will be here soon, hopefully, and we're going to collaborate, and I haven't figured out quite how that's going to happen, but she's awesome, and you guys will learn so much from her, so much more than what I could tell you about wine. But it's a cool little thing that we're going to do. Continue, please, to tell me what you'd like us to make. I said before, we have lasagna, we have paella. Gonna make ceviche soon. Everybody seemed to want that to happen. So, Este, my brother, get on that boat and go get me some fish, and we will all cook here and have a good time. Actually, anybody with a boat, if you want to share and if you want to come and if you want to help out, by all means, get some fish. We can have a little powwow. That's the best, man. This is why I'm cooking for friends. This is why we're doing this. You know, you have a good time. You share. So, bring on the fish. Oh. Alright, well, these eggs are now cooking a little bit more. We're in this wok, so whenever you make fried rice or you're making a stir fry, doing these in the wok is the best route. Woks always use a towel or a glove because this shit gets hot. Oh man, the middle's getting way too hot. Turn it down now. You want to cook the eggs a little bit in this recipe because you're going to put everything in the bowl after it's cooked, and then you're going to throw the rice in there. You want to pre-cook your rice. That way it's already ready. Your rice usually takes about 20 minutes in total to cook. That's a long time. I almost did some, what was it? Like a casserole with broccoli and stuff and veggies, but roasting everything, you gotta make everything kind of separately. So it takes a hot minute, and I'm trying to cut these videos down. So I also didn't have much time today doing things for work. I'd love to know what you all do for work, what you guys do on the daily, if you have families that you cook for. If you want to know how to make certain things, you know, let me know. I want to help. So that's the main goal. I just want you to have fun. I want you to have fun while we're cooking together, and eventually I'll get this down so that we can cook together. I've said this before. Also, if you go to the website, CaptivEATing.com, we will start putting up a whole section of recipes that we've done, step by step. Gotta do that. As I said before, I'm super amped tonight. Just, you know, yeah, right. So, alright, we're cooking these eggs. I don't want all this stuff to stick to the bottom because everything else is going to cook in here. It's alright, you know, they say don't let anything touch raw eggs. It's like the same thing with cookie dough. Wait, but it's a little more serious. It's okay because everything's cooking through. So we've cooked this, I would say, almost enough to where everything's moving around. We've cooked this almost enough to the point because you're going to want to throw the eggs back in there with the other ingredients and the rice to let it cook a little more. Nobody, well, I don't want to say nobody likes really dry eggs because personally I do. I don't like my eggs runny at all. I hate that. But hey, personal preference.
Over easy.
Nope, I'm over hard, baby, all day. might be blushing. Oh God. All right. Anyways, just take your eggs, put them in the wok, put them in a pan. You also don't have to use a wok, by the way. But the wok is like fun, you know. It makes you feel like you're really cooking stir fry style. Good thing this thing isn't that heavy. So we're putting the eggs that we've already cooked. You can probably see, ta-da! They're not totally fully cooked how I would like them. They're a little softer, so we're putting them in the bowl. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now we're putting this over here again. I always write down the steps after I read a recipe because I'm always really flustered. So there's my cheat sheet. What I'm going to do now is throw a little bit more oil in the pan, and it's going to be a little coconut oil while I cook the, I don't know where the eggs go, but they're going there now. I'm using a little bit more coconut oil, and I am throwing in the peppers and the pineapple. The point of cooking the pineapple is so that it caramelizes and it's got a little sweeter taste. The peppers, you know, they take a little bit longer than the pineapple to cook, but it's going to infuse the flavors together, which is what you want. Boom. I'll eat that one. Oh. I feel like I have to turn this up again because I hear no sizzling. Every time you throw something in the pan, you want it to sizzle. That means it's cooking. If it doesn't sizzle, turn up the heat. So, come on. Yeah, we fight all the time. It's a really love-hate relationship. But I hear it starting to get hotter. So I'll put the spoon over here. I hear the eggs, they're even still cooking. Whenever you take anything off of a pan out of the oven, whenever you take anything off of the saute pan and onto something, it's still going to cook through because it's still hot. So, let's see. After the pineapple and the pepper, we're going to throw in basically everything else that we have, which is the garlic, the green onion. Listen, you can throw anything you want in a veggie stir fry. Usually carrots, peppers, onions, the green onions, the garlic. You can do mushrooms. You can do freaking, what are they called? Baby corn. Baby corn is like something I grew up with. It's so delicious. But yeah, so you can throw all kinds of veggies in there. Also want to point out that you can throw chicken in here or steak. If you've ever been to Benihana, you can do steak, you can do lobster, you can do shrimp, you can do whatever you want. Today, we're going veggie style. So, here we are cooking our veggies. This says 3 to 5 minutes, the recipe. It's just like a general recipe. We found it off of, I'm pretty sure it's called Katie and Cookie, or Katie's and Cookies, or something like that. It's this girl who cooks, and her quote-unquote dog eats the crumbs, or, whatever falls. So it's a cute website. She's got all vegetarian all vegetarian recipes. But I've adapted my recipe from hers. I added the red pepper, I added the ginger, I added the onion. Hey, always say, while you're cooking, it's all in your own hands. You can make anything taste the way you want it to taste. The more you cook, the more seasoned you get in the kitchen, and then you get to know the flavors, and you basically make whatever you want. You can make a freaking Houston's meal. You can make a Benihana meal. Shit, I'll compete with those guys right now. So, all right. This is like taking way longer than I thought. I also don't want to turn it up too much because I don't want anything to burn. It's on medium high. Right now we're at 380. Okay, fine. The boys say to turn it up to high.
Hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot! Alright, high, heat. No, we're still on medium high and it's at 410. I don't know. Stir frequently because you want everything to be even. Still waiting for this freaking pineapple to caramelize, and everything kind of sat out for a hot minute, so it shouldn't be super cold. That's another thing I should point out when you cook. Put things at room temperature, because if something's really cold and you're cooking it over hot, it's still gonna take a while for it to cook. It's law of physics, man. So, alright, we just jumped up to 425 on our induction. So, how was everybody's week so far? It's hump day. We got 2 more days till Friday. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. So, what do you want me to cook next week? Share with me.
Thanks
Oh, yeah. Keep reading my sweater. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'm trying to make these freaking videos a little shorter than normal for how they started. 40 minutes is a long time to listen to someone talk. 40 minutes is a long time for me to talk. God. Anyways, I'm going to turn this shit up even higher because I'm so impatient. This is one of the things that you maybe can turn up like that and not really, you don't really want to mess with meat by messing with the temperature often and being impatient like I am. But these veggies and this pineapple, they're all, oh God, taking forever. It smells really good though. Can you guys smell it?
Yeah. Yummy.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting it on sear. It's almost there. I mean, I could take it off because everything's going to go back in the pan with the rice anyways.
Well, it's hot like that. It's still on.
Right. So, now what we're going to do is add all this stuff. I have sliced lime because at the end of everything, you want to garnish it with lime. And it just looks pretty when you present it with the lime on there. Aesthetics in food is super key also. Something I learned from my mother. You want your dishes to look